thank you for your attentiveness during these 2 weeks. It's been a hard, long case. I've tried a lot of cases in my lifetime. This has been a hard, long case. By the way, it's about an hour each way going to Salt Lake with traffic, so that adds to it. But you've been very attentive. I've seen you taking notes and paying attention. No one nodded off. So thank you again. Now, I'll turn on my... Lawrence and I are going to split this. Let's see here. Yep. By the way, I apologize for my cold. You can't really choose when those come. I've got asthma, and it makes it worse. But I've done everything I can to try to resolve it. Took all the tests. I'm negative for COVID, etc., but it still has plagued me. So I apologize for the coughing. Maybe a little bit more of that. Okay. There are really 3 issues in the case. Number 1, who hit whom? Okay. Number 2, did it cause any damage? Number 3, what are the damages? What are the damages? Now, Gwyneth Paltrow, in this case, is not a liar. Terry Sanderson is not a liar. Okay? Gwyneth is a good person. Okay? She's a good mother, and she loves her children, and she's passionate about many things. Now, we don't usually say good things about other people in our closing, but I think that's an accurate statement. Okay? I think that she believes, and I believe Gwyneth Paltrow when she says she believes. She says, Terry hit me in the back. And she believes it. It's a sincere belief. She's not a liar because of it. Pardon me. But the problem is, a sincere belief doesn't make it so. Now, excuse me. Some of you are skiers and some of you aren't. Pardon me. When you're involved in a ski crash, it can be very confusing. I don't care who hit whom. It can be very confusing. So I think she sincerely believes that she got hit in the back. The problem is, you have to make a decision based on the evidence that you've heard here. Okay, on the evidence. Now, let me tell you, to illustrate this, about something that happened to me about 1.5 years ago. Okay. We live in downtown Salt Lake, and we use that Costco, or shop at that Costco, on 17 South and 3rd West. Some of you have probably been there. It's the largest one in the world. Okay.
We are having a hard time hearing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Sykes, where's the microphone for that?
I just got gas at Costco. It was about July of 2022. No, 2021. And I was at intersection. This is a pretty busy intersection. There are 2 lanes, north and south, 2 lanes, east and west, 2 each. And there's a left-hand turn lane. I had a red light. And I was the first one at the intersection. I had a good look at it. I looked in my rear view mirror on my left side, and there's a green arrow for each direction going east and west, turning south and turning north. You understand that? So I'm waiting because I have a red light. And there's a lady across the way from me, car heading west but turning south. She had a green arrow, like I saw one her heading north. I looked in my mirror, and here comes a guy at about 40, 45 miles an hour on the inside lane of 17 South. I said, my goodness, he's going to hit that woman. She's making that turn. And sure enough, smacked her and smacked her hard. Okay? Didn't slow down at all. Well, I had a good view of it, and the car spun around, but I was able to get by. There's a Maverick on the southeast corner of the intersection. I pulled in there, ran to her car, and asked her, "Are you okay?" Like everybody does. She said, "Yeah, I think so." I didn't think she was, looking at her, but she said she was okay. Okay? So I ran over to the other guy. I was the first one there. Some people were beginning to stop. And the guy that ran the red light said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I think so." I said, "Well, why'd you run the red light?" You know what his answer was? "I didn't. It was green." Well, I wasn't going to sit there and argue with a guy like that under those circumstances, but he said it was green. So when the police came a couple minutes later, and you got to be careful as an attorney, I gave them my card, not to get the case. You know, I can't do that, it'd be unethical, but let people know who I was so they could call me. I gave the cop a card, and I gave each of the persons a card. And about several months later, I started getting calls from insurance adjusters wanting me to tell what happened. And I tell you that story because so often people that are in these types of events have a totally different viewpoint. So we don't hold anything against Gwyneth for her viewpoint. It's sincerely expressed, but she's wrong based on the evidence, okay? And Terry's correct. Now, what's the evidence that Gwyneth hit Terry? Okay. Number one, and there's no particular order on this, but Terry's a strong skier, advanced intermediate. Mr. Christensen said he saw him going down the hill doing wide radius turns. That's side to side, all the way, back and forth. Now, on a beginner's run, that's highly unlikely for an advanced skier. You don't do that. You don't do that. There's too many people. And so that doesn't make sense. Number two, I'll call it the scream heard around the world. Okay? This is being broadcast everywhere, by the way. It's on court TV. I'm getting emails every day from Canada, Great Britain. There's a loud scream. Terry heard it. Loud scream. Craig Ramone heard it and looked over. Several other people heard it. Carrie Oakes said she heard it. Peter Christensen heard it, so caused him to look over. It's before the impact. And you don't, if you're the downhill skier, like Gwyneth claimed she was, you don't scream at something you can't see.